Hello, my name is Orion from TCG FlightSchool. We want to invite you to follow along as myself and my trading partner Jordan learn and apply technical analysis on our journey towards profitability. If you'd like to join in on the discussion and learn technical analysis with us, check out our Facebook group, TCG FlightSchool, for more information and content. We hope you enjoy our daily trade recaps and technical analysis videos. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get on with the technicals.
Hey guys, alright, so I mentioned before that I am thinking of, I'm starting to implement, a little more of a swing trade theory, as I just really don't have the time with my new job to do intraday trading. So I have been kind of looking at some stocks and trying to find some plays. I haven't always been the best at anticipating breakouts, but through trading cryptocurrencies, I'm starting to learn a lot more about kind of not predicting bottoms, but learning to find, what a tradable bottom is, or, a bounce recovery, or a bounce attempt. And really trying to find those support levels, find those trends that are, really signal, there's going to be some movement to the upside, and we can find some support, and maybe some institutional buying kind of steps in and saves the stock or whatever. So anyways, I'm right now, my focuses are really over on precision drilling. I actually worked for them for about 6 years, from a lease hand up to a driller out in the oil field. So I kind of understand the cyclical drilling site patterns that go on throughout the year. When their big breaks are, when their downtimes are, when their earnings come out. And I've worked through them through, 2008 into 2015. And I left right after kind of the economic downturn in oil. So I've been kind of through two big downturns in that economy, and experienced it firsthand out in the oil field, with lots of other people that, none of us were really trading at all at the time. I traded a little bit actually in 2012 from like $9. I actually remember it was 2012. It was right in here. Actually, it might have even been 2011. I was a Derrick hand at the time, and I think it was actually, maybe it was 2012. It was right in here somewhere. I traded it from like $8 up to $12, something like that. I can't really remember exactly where it was, but yeah, anyways, I did pretty good on it. And, I traded again in winter of 2016 through the kind of OPEC dilemmas and stuff like that, where there was a lot of uncertainty in oil prices, and Saudi Arabia and the Middle East and stuff like that had a lot of controlling. They were controlling the prices of oil, keeping them down and stuff. And I made some good plays. The nice thing about drilling contractors is you're not trading oil; you're trading a drilling services contractor that's directly tied to oil. So oil prices go up, and drilling contractors can start making more. Oil companies make more money, and they can start paying their drilling contractors more money. So it kind of, is a little bit of a downhill flow there from the price of oil. But what I've noticed is that, drilling contractors have really tightened up, and they need to be profitable, in $30 and $40 kind of oil ranges, because, and not only that, oil companies also need to be profitable in those ranges as well. So I can't remember exactly what Husky is profitable at, $35 to $45 or something like that a barrel. Precision, we worked for Husky, and we they found a way to be profitable in that ranges too. And I'm starting to see it a bit in earnings reports. Oil here was beginning 2008. I think it was upwards $100 a barrel. Again here, we were looking at around $100 a barrel in here. And precision drilling is able to be nicely profitable. And then we had the economic downturn here, the most recent one in 2014. And then now we're starting to, we got earnings up, some peaks of earnings. These are little E's with arrows pointed up. These are little E's with arrows pointed down. And these are earnings that are, we're starting to see profitability in these low prices of oil, right? So, and now here we're on a nice steady downtrend. We saw some profitability here, and now we're seeing a little bit of a down poke here, but it's not the end of the world, because we're in the summer months, and spring drilling slows down, summer drilling slows down, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a low earnings report as well in September. And then what I did notice is that every single March, not everyone, but almost every single March had a positive earnings. So here we go, arrows pointed up, positive earnings. There's March again, positive earnings. Here's March, positive earnings, positive earnings, positive earnings for March. again, positive earnings for March. Stock price didn't reflect that. Where are we here? Positive earnings for March. We clearly had a run up into earnings. Positive earnings for March, and so on and so forth. Stock price does not always reflect it. This is the monthly chart, so each one of these candles is a 1 month time period. But you did see some green, you did see some bullish movement in and around these positive earning marks, either a little bit of a run up before or the month during. In March, we had a very nice run up here on this one. 2008, can't really talk about 2008 too much. Massive decline, and we had obviously negative earnings, for that March, but we did have a bounce off the bottom, and these were historic lows here at 251, and we are approaching those historic lows right now. We just broke down a low here from January 2016, 341, and we are currently sitting at a low of 321. What I do notice when I look at this chart is anytime we see this nice long waterfall, what I like to call a waterfall, of red months, we're seeing some significant upside in the coming months. Again, we see 4 red months in a row, a little bit of upside. So we had a low of 597 with a high of 929. That's $4 of upside. Again, here this is 2015, 2014 downturn. 2014 downturn into 2015. But then we saw some nice upside again, and then we continue the downtrend. We tried to break it, but we couldn't break. Technically, we couldn't break these higher levels here. And we continued on this downtrend. So what I'm noticing right now, for me personally, is 7 months of bearish movement, right? Not a lot of long wicks, not a lot of buying, which, kind of tells me there's not a lot of, interest in the sector. People have just kind of taken their money out slowly, reduced their position size, and everybody's just kind of sitting back and just watching, what's going to happen with the oil economy. And, there's a lot of other things coming on, outside factors, and Trump is in power, and there's a lot of uncertainty there, and I'm not an economic expert, but I'd like to sit back and watch the patterns that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing again, all bearish months of volume. I am just starting to see a little bit of declining bearish volume here. I'm starting to see the RSI starting to get lower, right into the 30s, low 30s. Last time we're in any of these levels, we saw some sort of upside anytime we came down to 30 RSI. Some of these were a little bit of a steeper sell-off. This has been a lot more gradual, which, really tells me it's not a panic. It's just people leaving the sector and waiting, because everybody knows, and I just learned this recently, but that money rotates through different sectors. So, a lot of hype and stuff in the cryptocurrency sector right now. Money's left the MJ sector over the summer. Money's left oil for numerous reasons, but summer is usually a slow time for stocks. So I personally am starting to plot a bottom for this, and I'm going to start to build a position, and it's going to be a longer swing. I wanted to do kind of a 1 week, 2 week, 3 week swing, but I think that this one is going to be a few months. But I'm looking for upwards of 100% upside to my investment. So am I going to get it? I have no idea. All I can do is plot it out and really stick to my guns and respect my stop losses. But if I think about 321, we've got lows over here at 251. I'd like to see it sink lower and bounce off of these lows personally, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm just going to watch those lows, and I'll probably start to build my position into them, and I'll just keep an eye on it, and I will hopefully build my position out of the bounce as well, and I will sell for a healthy profit. Projection on this is probably run up to earnings in March, to tell you the truth. So I'll keep you guys posted on it. I'll probably do a video on maybe precision, once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. We can switch over to the 1 week chart and have a look at it a little more. I'll just pop it up here real quick, and it's a little bit uglier, obviously, to look at, and we'll just look at it back from. We will look at it back from 2013 to now. I'm using Questrade right now for this. I've been looking at it 2013. Oh, sorry. I've been looking at Questrade for this. I don't know why Questrade and not sorry, QuoteStream. I don't know why I've been using QuoteStream and not QuestTrade, but I've really kind of enjoyed the charting on this and kind of some of the features that I've been playing around with, like these little earning bars indicators. I've enjoyed that and trying to look for patterns, right? Different patterns to help me kind of make my decision. You know, the weekly RSI, we're down here in 22, right? So the weekly RSI is sold off. So if we can get that monthly RSI a little more sold off, last time we saw the monthly RSI or the weekly RSI in the 20s, you know, we saw some movement to the upside shortly after. So these are some kind of patterns that I'm watching. I know it isn't still in a downtrend. We can't break this kind of lower high, lower low pattern. But, you know, if it offers any sort of kind of return to the upside, even up to a middle Bollinger Band, you know, that could be about a 50% return, which is some nice gains, you know, short-term gains in a couple of months. So that's what we're all looking for. Currently, position is not paying a dividend, but they suspended their dividend, I believe, in 2006, beginning 2015, maybe even it was 16. And, you know, that's another reason possibly to be looking for entry if they reinstate that dividend. So, you know, I guess giving out some trade secrets of what I'm looking at, but just want to be, you know, open and honest and plot out my position and let you guys kind of take part in my trade. And, you know, don't use this as buying advice. Do your own due diligence, of course, and do your own charting. These are some things that I'm seeing. If you guys have any questions, obviously, feel free to comment below. If you have any, you know, insight to, you know, oil economy or the future of oil or outside economic factors, you know, government decisions and, you know, wars and stuff like that, you know, you think are important, of course, feel free to, you know, comment and leave those things below as well, because oil is one of those things. There's so many different things that are playing into it. You know, Elon Musk, like, you know, developer of Tesla, what he's doing, and then energy efficiency cars and electric cars, you know, solar panels, different ways of heating. These are things are all also changing, you know, the way we live and what the resources that we're dependent on. So, you know, I could be out to lunch with the fact that oil might see a recovery, but you know, these guys do drill for natural gas as well, and as long as, you know, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you know, petroleum products are, you know, unfortunately always going to be a major player in a lot of things that we use, you know what I mean? My mouse, this microphone I'm talking to, the phone, you know, this kid's toy that I have, my son's that I'm playing with is made out of some sort of petroleum product. Every single iPhone cord that we keep breaking, you know, every 2 weeks is made out of a petroleum product as well. So, you know, the process that some of these things are made out of are also involved, in the machines that make them are made out of petroleum products as well. So, you know, our world is very highly dependent on it. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's just where are we going to find the equilibrium of supply and demand, where demand can overtake supply again, and we can start to be profitable in this, you know, bearish environment that we've been in for, you know, 2 years now, about 2 years. So anyways, those are some thoughts of mine on the outlook. And again, feel free to like, subscribe to the channel, and check us out on the Facebook group on TCG Flight School. And yeah, you guys have a good night. Okay, bye.